We are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Hold your power.
Decided to go into pre-law, then journalism. And with no academic focus, my grades took off in their own direction. You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living. I didn't quit. I prayed. I prayed. So you will catch a break, and I did catch a break.
Hey family, how's everybody doing? How's everybody in the house? I'm running in here. I know you guys, I've been very, very busy. You guys know what I've been doing, but we're going to talk about the Jelani Day case today. I will upload a really nice thumbnail. I just made it home, so I just rushed right on in here. Let me see what's going on here. All that red showing. I thought it was something else. I thought it was my cap. Anyway, Zen Roland, thank you for showing up. Zena Turber, we got Ruby Turner in the house. Dorothy Pruitt, Sonia Watts, how you doing? Monique Hall, Ruby Davis, Loving God, Tracy, Andrea Dupree is in here. Tracy in, Adrian Dupree is in the building. Galaxy and Star Avalanche, still Nancy is in the building. Nancy LaRose. And we got High Priestess. How you doing? Right here. We got the High Priestess in here. Okay. Priestess. That sounds like that says priestess. Sharon, how are you doing? Danae, how you doing? Diva, Miss Dee is in the building. How you guys doing? Make sure you hit the thumbs up. If you're in the building, go out, come back in, hit the thumbs up, you guys. We got to get our algorithm back. And so we got to invite the people. Betty Mosby is in here, you guys. We're going to talk. I don't really know this case, so we're going to get familiar with it. I'm glad that we didn't go in there half cocked, because some of the things that I have heard is not so and not true. So I'm glad that we're on the other end of that. So, Brown Sugar is in here. We got Curly McCoy, she's family. We got Yellow Eyes in here. We got Valerie Montgomery, and we got Katrina. We got let's see, Lisa Calhoun. Cynthia Gatewood is in the family. She's family, you guys. I remember when she became family. Yes. I haven't had time to talk to YouTube yet about our super chat button. So, it may not be up yet, you guys, and running like it should. It will be once I get to talk to them and tell them we got a problem. You guys see what I'm saying? It wasn't about all of this and all of that. It was about the situation of what can we do? What did we do? And if there's something that we can do better to make this station a little bit more professional. It's going to take us a time to get back everything that we had. It's not like we lost it. We still got it. It's just I need to tell them, hey, you got something on there that we need our super chat back, because that's how we roll. But I haven't had time to get with them yet. I've been taking care of a lot of personal business, you guys. And like I said, there was a death in the family. It was my son's girlfriend's father. And so that affects my grandson. And so we have to be there for them and do things. And so my son, matter of fact, they just left. They just left my house. The mom, my grandson's mother, my son, my grandson, they just left. They had the funeral today. And so, personal things do come up, but I still try to be in here. Make sure everybody share, because if you share the live, you guys, the ones that have not got notified, because I guarantee you, if our super chat is not up, things are not running in our favor right now. So we still need to show support. So please, if you share, please put a 1 in the chat. Share this live right now. You guys know how to do it. Share. I see Marsha done came up in here. Rita, how you guys doing? We're 7 minutes into the hour. If you share, please let me know that you share. Thank you, Galaxy and Star. Danae shared. Yeah. So Latina shared. Avalanche shared. Thank you guys for sharing, because they're not putting our channel out there. We still got to, we still got to get it. Katrina shared. Thank you, Katrina Hickman. Thank you for sharing. Loving God shared. Zan Rowland shared. Thank you guys for sharing. That's all we can do. We can share and try to get. Still upset. 1 cent 20 for a free t-shirt I never got. A Maury t-shirt. Still upset about it. Well, you know what, Heather? I think everybody's a little bit upset about it. I wasn't giving the shirts out. I was willing to pay for the shirts when the cost came, and cost never came. Now, you know what? When people say something about a free, I don't know. I haven't even talked to that lady again. So you have to take that up with her. I was willing to pay, but she said she was going to take care of it. And then it was like, oh, I had to break away. Then she said something like somebody else took over. And then she said she had the shirts and they were getting them made. And then, when I called, she never did answer. And I don't run behind people. I just don't do it. I don't know what happened. I have no clue. It was pay $7.99 shipping and get their shirts. Yep. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people did pay the $7.99. No, she told me it was like 20. She said it was like 20. But nevertheless, that's what happened. No, it didn't have nothing to do with China. So that had nothing to do with China. That wasn't China that said it. That was not China had anything to do with that. That was another young lady I can't remember her name right now for the life of me, but it had nothing to do with China. Okay. Yeah, that was not China that was going to ship those shirts. Her name, I have to go in my database. I can't remember what her name was, but yeah. Okay. You're okay. You're okay. Some people thought she looked like her, but she looks nothing like China to me. Or maybe to some people she do because they're light, bright skinned, but no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You're welcome. And I was talking to Heather Williams. I'm reading your what you're saying. So just letting you know, China had nothing, absolutely nothing to do with that situation. Her name either was a C or H or something like Cynthia or Sharon or something of that nature. I got her. I cannot use my phone up because every time when I hit thumbs up, Miss SP stopped talking. Now I'm just playing with you, Tina. And it always stops when you're like, you know what I mean? It's weird. Anyway, you guys, thank you guys for showing up. We're gonna get our channel back running like it was running before all of this mess came up. But while we're getting stuff running back, we still got to do what we got to do. And not only that, life keeps going. Thank you, Betty, for sharing. Now, I want to read you guys a little article because I know a lot of people came into the live, and I just want you guys to know, here is the thing. A lot of people came in the live, and when we're talking about one family member or we're talking about one case, we can't, that's their time, you guys. That's their time that we talk about them. Now, it's almost like if you went to a funeral and you're there for the funeral for the death of bottled water. We're not gonna come together and start talking about the death of Coca-Cola and the death of Sprite and it's only but right that that's their time, that's their day. Let us talk about that particular case and not another case. I know all the cases are very important, but it's almost just like unreal that just because we're on a virtual screen that we loses our respect. You know what I'm saying? For each other. I know it's really easy to do. I know. I mean, you know what I'm saying, you guys. So, if we're here for Jelani today, let's be here for Jelani today. Okay. The latest information on there, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I still don't have a lot of information, but there was 2 updates. One was yesterday and one was today. I'm going to share with you. It says Jelani's mother sets the record straight. So all that stuff we were hearing in the chat, that they took his jawbone and they took his brain and they took his teeth and then they took his heart and all the stuff. You guys, I don't know where you guys get this stuff from. I know where you get it from. You get YouTube drunk on another channel, and then you come over here and we got to clean it all up. Okay? The mother wants everybody to stick to the facts, you guys. And that's a mother. She wants the facts. She wants you guys to stay on course. She even have a little bit of a speech. It says the latest update from the family, including a statement from his mother. Her name is Carmen. And let me go ahead and start writing notes on this because let me find a little piece of paper for her because I didn't know what her name was. Her name is Carmen. And she said same thing needs and have to be clarified. She said some things, okay, that's a little dot on there, look like same. Some things need to be said and clarified. She did this on October the 12th at 11:10 a.m. in the morning. she said Jelani's mother said that while the search for answers continuing following the suspicious death of her son, there are some recent reports she felt needed to be clarified. Okay, you guys, let's listen to some of the things she says. She says, family. She's telling you guys, family, listen, we need to pause for a moment. Okay? A post on Facebook page seeking justice for Day read Monday, as outraged and upset as we are, we must stay the course and stick to the facts in our search for answers. So Day, an Illinois State University grad student, disappeared on August the 24th. So we know it was August the 24th. He was a grad student. And was reported missing soon after by his family and a professor. So his family reported him missing and a professor. His car was found 2 days later in a wooded area near where his body was ultimately discovered in the Illinois River under what police have said were unusual circumstances. The latest update from Day's family includes a statement from his mother, Carmen Day, who said some things need and have to be clarified. Here we go. She says no organs were missing. None. You guys got that? Family, no organs were missing, she says. I do not want to stray off of the facts. The statement reads, there were contradicting facts from the first preliminary autopsy compared to the second independent autopsy. But this is not a case of organ harvesting. However, my son did not put himself in a river. You guys got that? So she reports, has surfaced in recent days indicating Day's body was missing several organs when an independent autopsy was ordered by the family. Okay, so the coroner in NBC, in a statement, somewhere several decomposed due to the body being in the water, but he noted that no organs were missing. So Day's mother did not comment further on the contradicting facts. She cited between the autopsies, but continued her cry for answers. My son was murdered, and my goal and purpose are to find out what happened and hold those responsible accountable, she wrote. Little information has been released since Day's body was identified weeks after it was found in September in the Illinois River. Okay, he came up missing August 24th, but I guess he was found somewhere in September. The location was miles from where Day was last seen, but not far from where his car had been discovered days earlier. The coroner reported that the body was discovered on September the 4th. Okay. Floating near the south bank of the Illinois River, approximately a quarter of a mile east of the Illinois Route 251 bridge. The cause of the matter of death have not been released, and Ploach, I don't know who Ploach is, but Ploach said such details are still going to take some time as they await toxicology tests and histology tests. Then need the police agency to help with the big pieces on how he came to be in the water, Ploach said. Bloomington Police Information Officer John said the location where Day's car was located was noted in the investigation. To me, it's unusual the way his vehicle was. You know, it was off of a parking lot inside It wasn't like deep into a wood, but it was off a parking lot. That's unusual just in itself. There's not much I can release at this point, so just really to state the obvious, that's unusual. Police declined to make offers of many specified surroundings the ongoing investigation, but said Dave disappears under unexplained suspicious circumstances. It's a suspicious or unusual circumstances while he was missing, and then the car's location was. Also, pretty suspicious or unusual, and I've been a police officer for 10 years. That's very unusual to just find a car like that. Dave's family and professor reported him missing on August the 25th. Was captured on surveillance the morning. Okay, hold on. Dave's family and a professor reported him missing on August the 25th after he did not show up for class for several days. The morning prior, Dave was captured on surveillance video going into a dispensary in Bloomington. 2 days later, police found his car in the woods 60 miles away in Peru, Illinois. Gone fly. Police said that the clothes he was last seen wearing in the surveillance video were found in his white Chrysler 300. Dave's mother said it was not like him to disappear. This fly just want to disappear without telling someone about his whereabouts. Bowden said she didn't think her son ran away and believed someone may have hurt her son. He wasn't depressed. He didn't have any kind of pressure that would make him want to escape from life, she said. So I do feel as if there was someone involved. Dave's family had criticized the investigation into the grad student's disappearance, saying the young black man has not received the attention of other missing persons like that of the Gabby Petito case, whose disappearance and subsequently her death made national headlines and spawned a multi-state search for numerous law enforcement departments. Celebration musicians Lizzo also shared a TikTok on Dave's disappearance, calling attention to the investigation. Dave graduated from Alabama University with a degree in speech language pathology. Bolton said her son was inspired to go down this career path as seeing a friend struggle. That's it. That's what she says on there. Okay. They do have some things. If you guys want me to, I want to read one more. I want to read the latest, if I can get to it. The fly is going to die. The fly is going to die. That fly is going to die. He's sitting right now. Let me see if I can get him. He's on something, but hold on. He kind of moved before I can get to him. So you'll see him again. So that's what she says. See, there you go. He's running around. Okay, you guys. So everything everybody was telling me was not true. His mother said there was no missing. Okay, now you want to get on the thing. You guys, I'm going to have to hit y'all. So hold on. Because I might can get him this time. Hold on. I'm sorry. He ran, and he's getting on my nerves. He is going to die. He is going to die. At the end of this, he's going to die. So, how are y'all feeling about this Jelani case? Okay, that's the same thing I just read. Okay, he disappeared on August the 24th and was reported missing soon after by his family and professor. Now, I find it kind of strange that after 2 days of missing class, that his professor reported him missing. I mean, if I miss school for 2 days, my my teacher or my professor is not going to call the police and call in me as a missing person. But I'm just saying, I put my head closer to the screen to see the fly and she hit my. No, I did not. I'm sorry. Okay. So let's see if there's anything else that these are the facts, you guys. Yeah, he was young. How old was he? Let me see what they're saying here. Okay, we did that. She set the record straight. I hate flies. I hate them. So every entity on social media has picked this up. Twitter has picked it up. TikTok has picked it up. Now YouTube is picking it up. Did he have issues in school? No, he did not. He did not. So Jelani's mother said that his body was not missing brain and vital organs and things of that nature. You guys, so there's some questions surrounding the death of Jelani. So let me get into the questions. We're going to start looking into, wasn't he 28 years age? Okay, 28. Okay, we're going to read a little bit more. Suspicious, unusual when the body of Illinois student disappearance to me is unusual. We read that. We got all of that. Chicago Times saying that Chicago Sun-Times has been writing a series called Justice for Jelani, where he researches Day's disappearance through compelling personal narrative essays. In the first, he called Day every bit as human as Gabby Petito. He's 22. The 22-year-old, oh, no. The 22-year-old, they're talking about Gabby, who disappeared while on a trip with Brian. Okay. In his recent most series, the third installment, Fountain writes about Carmen Bolden, the mother of the 20. He's 25 years of age, you guys. He's not 28. He's 25, okay? I just read it for myself. He's 25 years of age. Thank you. Miss Dee said he's 25. Ruby said he's 25. Did he have his wallet? Did he have his wallet on him or not? Let me see. The mother of the 25-year-old student, she was unable to see her son for nearly a month and experienced a lack of empathy and urgency by police. The intense decomposition of Jelani's remains meant that Carmen and other family members had to submit to DNA testing to help identify his body, according to the articles. Day's corpse had no eyeballs, was missing its front, top, and bottom teeth, and after a second autopsy by a private forensic pathologist, it was determined that his jawbone had been sawed off. Reportedly, his organs were liquefied and his body had suffered bites from fish and turtles. Fountains point out that Carmen never saw her son's remains. Jelani's grandmother and one of his brothers viewed his body before his closed casket funeral. So the article has incited social media users. One wrote, the coverage can't stop until they find out who took Jelani out. The FBI should be brought in, especially considering the facts of the case is a known sundown town and there's needs to be following probes into his murder. In the statement on Monday, Jelani's mother pushed back against the speculation that his organs were missing. So some things have to be clarified. No organs were missing. I do not want to stray off from the facts. There was contradicting facts from the first preliminary autopsy compared to the second independent autopsy. But this is not a case of organ harvesting, she says. However, my son did not put himself in the river. My son was murdered, and my goal and purpose are to find out what happened and hold those responsible accountable for their statements. Read. That's what the statement read. So justice for Jelani Day was Monday. The family, we need to hit pause for a minute, she says, an outrage and upset as we are. We must stay the course and stick to the fact. So she was on Twitter. Okay, she was on Twitter and she spoke that. And so that is the update on her speaking. I will read one more because now I've kind of got a good idea of what's going on. I think I read that one already. He was floating. Okay. Let's go back a little bit. Okay, so 3 days ago, that's an attorney was the ones that said, okay, it says the body of Jelani Day found without organs and teeth. Lawyer says benevolent. So I don't know. Some things no mother should have to endure. Okay, so this fly. Okay, you guys. No wallet on him. Oh, my bag. I was 3 years old. Yeah. It's okay. That's why we just trying to figure. Somebody knows something. He was a swimmer as well. So he couldn't have drowned. Okay. You're right. Twitter demands justice. 2 days ago. See, the mom is not wanting everybody to be getting things off. Because when you start talking about harvesting and people done took his this and his brain, and then you know what? You're feeding off into this stuff that you're not going to never find the truth. And when a family is looking for the truth, they don't need all of that mumble jumble going on, getting people hyped up, that people are going around taking people's, hearts and eyeballs out and stuff. So, then now you're not looking for the right people because you got the wrong information. So she said that was not true. Okay. And if anybody want to come up, because I don't know so much about this case, let me invite you guys. So I know somebody want to come up and talk about it. Come up. Hey, Cheryl, see how you do. I only say that because the mother said that his clothes were found laying on the bank. They were not on him. Really? Carmen mom didn't want her to see him for the last time like that. Okay. Carmen, the mother, didn't want. I just posted everything I knew. He was missing a long time, the family. He was missing from August the 24th. They seen a surveillance. That was one of the things. They seen him on surveillance going into a dispensary on the 20. What day was that I said, you guys? The last time they seen him going into a dispensary like on the 25th. Yes. Organs missing is an awful rumor. And no mother wants to even hear that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, SP, I try to give a donation, but it will not let me. It won't right now. We have not, I have not talked to YouTube. They've got everything restored, but they don't have our super chat restored. So maybe I need to go in there and hit able or whatever. I don't know. I'm going to talk to him tonight. I promise I will get to it. Because this is not good. They've got us on hold, and like I said, I don't know. I can go in there and see if it's enabled or something, but I'm going to have to call him and ask him. So I'm sorry that you can't. Once they did what they did as far as flagging our channel, it put us in the sloop, you guys, on everything. Hey, Margie, how you doing? This is a new case to me. This is a new case to me too, Cheryl. So we're all in, some people in here know more. So I'm asking them to come up and talk and say something. You can call in if you want. Someone was seen dropping his wallet. Yes, somebody was seen dropping his wallet, and they didn't turn it in quickly. You're right. I remember reading that and or hearing it one or something. But I remember hearing that. He had no clothes on him. Now I thought we just read his clothes that he was last seen wearing was in the car. Now that don't mean that was the last clothes he was wearing. He could have went somewhere and changed clothes, or you know what I'm saying? So bacteria and fungus liquefy tissues and organs. I googled it. Yep, it does. They should be able to see if he drowned or was put in the water later. Yes. Thank you, Sugar Tea. Yes, yes, yes. Marijuana dispensary on camera. Yeah, that's the last time they seen him. Hey, 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 hey. You getting ready to get married, girl? You go here with your bad self. Angie says 2 girls. I don't know what you mean by 2 girls. Have no clue. Pick up a link to StreamYard for panel. SP. Oh. Put up a link. I did put up a link. Did you guys see it? I did. Let me pin it. Let me got it trying to take me to go get on it. I'm trying to pin it. Uh-oh. I can't pin it. I'm in the wrong building. It's okay. I told you guys. Oh, okay. I see what it is now. Okay. Yeah, I see what it is. I'll pin it in a minute, you guys. I'm on the wrong account. I got this song playing in my head, and it's a country song. It's a country song, you guys. Hey, Pez. She said, yep. She said, yep. Pez is in the building. Pez. Okay. We got somebody coming in. Let's see who it is. Let's see if they may not. Okay. Family member, you on? What's going on?
Hey, SP, this is Miss Val in Bellflower, California.
How you doing?
I'm hanging in here. The 2 girls are not the ones found the wallet. They were the ones that found the body and allegedly notified the sheriff department. It was a guy that found the wallet, and they did state that his clothes were in the trunk of his car. They say he had to went home and change from the blue shirt you see with the black pants, because that was at his apartment.
Okay.
This is what has been reported CNN and then by Miss Day. I told you I tried to get in contact with her so she can come on and explain what is, going on. But she has a lot going on, trying to find out what happened to him. And he was on a swim team, so he could swim.
So have you spoken to her?
Not as of yet. The investigator, I left a number with the investigator, but now she has an attorney. So since his body's done been found, I'm sure the investigator is probably not on the case. I said, but I will try again, because this is sad. I mean, in the rumors, I don't listen to rumors, because I had heard the stuff that they have allegedly saying this was missing, that. I said, wait a minute, no. So I'm glad she clarified that. And people putting that out there, do they know what damage that is doing to that family and that mother? To thinking her son done being cut up, jaws cut, all this type of mess. It's not right, and they need to stop it.
Right. That's very hurtful. That, yeah. I mean, if it's a lie, it's very hurtful that the mother hears that, and then now the newspapers is putting it out there. Because I seen some newspapers putting it out there like the organs were gone and his jawbone was sawed off and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, okay. I mean, if it's not true, anything that if it's not true like that, it just hurts the family. It really hurts, especially they don't know who did what and who was last with their child.
Yeah, because the professor tried to get in touch with him, her by her words exactly. She had tried him all night because he was supposed to do something for her. Until so much so, she went to his class waiting on him to come out, and he didn't come out. She said she went to this campus security, but they was like, "Oh, we get to it or whatever." So she went to the police and put in a missing person. I said,
Yeah.
so I'm wondering what did he need to do for her? And then the dispensary, after it would shows no picture of him leaving the dispensary. So what happened between the professor and then this here dispensary? And they say he was in Peru. He knows no one over there. It's not like it's a place that he would be. So
Oh,
was he meeting someone or someone held him at gunpoint and took him up over to this area, hid his car, most likely killed him there, and then threw him in the water because that autopsy would show no water in his lungs. He could swim.
right. But okay, let's back up a little bit. Isn't it really weird that the professor would call him in a missing report? Like, how close is the professor to him?
That's what I'm wondering. They need to start there. What
Because
is
that
her
doesn't make
ties?
sense. If
No,
I'm not in school or I didn't go to a class or something, that's the first thing you don't call my professor. My teacher's not going to call the police department and call me in as a missing person. That usually like, 72 hours. So, but anyway, even if it's not 72 hours, that's just not
not heard of. I'm wondering how close
true.
was he to this professor
Yeah.
because something is not right there to where you're texting him all night and what is it you wanted him to do or who heard your texts or seen your texting and could have misconstrued it as something more than what it was. But they need to really sit down with this professor and see what was it you wanted him to do. That it was so important you went and waited by his next class. And when he didn't come out of that class, then you start panicking and, oh no, what's been happened or whatever, to where you went to the police or the sheriff's and filed a missing person report, probably before his mom did.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Did he have relationships with his professor?
This is what I'm wondering.
Because that's like I miss work for 2 days. I don't call in, show up. They start checking the hospitals. They don't call the police and say there's a missing person
No,
anyway.
unless you're an underage child or the Megan's Amber Alert or disabled, dementia, or something like that, they'll probably put out a missing person because that person is not altogether there. So, for disabled children and, like I say, dementia or Alzheimer's, they would put out a missing report right away for them because you don't know what their state of mind is. But this year was a doctor. He missed two of his pay. He had two appointments. He's a doctor. He went to school to for speech pathologist or whatever because a friend he would take up for in school. This is what his mother said that had a speech impairment and he was going to be a doctor so he can help those type of people. And then he's taken out. Something tells me it's to start with that professor. Who is her circle? Who is all on Facebook or who are his contacts? Do he have a circle of friends that he talked with? Which they're probably trying to take everything down, but that's where they should start the professor and see what are the messages. But they can't, I don't even know if they got his phone.
Mary asking, is it a male or female? It's the professor
Female.
is female.
Oh,
And we're talking about the Jelani Day case. Zan is in the building. Zan, you got something to share? Hello, Zan. We don't hear you, Zan. We don't hear you, Zan. Nope.
you need a cue card.
Yeah. You probably have to get your you have to add your mic or something on there. Or go out and come back in. Crystal Powers is saying, yes, SP, he did have some can of relationship with the professor. I think it's more than just a student teacher kind of relationship. If you're gonna go to his classes, stand there and wait.
Yeah, yeah, something is really they need to start with her because not just because of her status or in that area. I don't know where she lives or who was watching this to where she was panicking to where she went to the sheriff. She wanted to hurry up and get herself cleared. Well, let me report him missing. What are
Right.
you in a hurry for instead of calling his mom and ask if she heard from him, but you wanted to keep this hush hush? It's going to come out. What's done in the dark, it will come to light.
Right. Cheryl says, so the college should have used the in case of emergency contact number. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I just say. She should contact his mom.
She should have contacted his mother and not, oh, let me call the police. And I mean, she beat the mother as a missing report.
Yeah, like she's a wife or something.
Can
So
you hear me now,
something
SP?
I can hear you.
Okay. So yeah, the professor, I always thought that was a strange relationship because the young man didn't start going to school there until August. He was in grad school.
Oh, really?
Right. So it's not like they would have known each other for a long period of time unless they had a relationship outside of student-teacher relationship.
Okay. So he started that school in August and then he comes up missing August the 24th. Wow.
Yeah.
So he couldn't have no really close relationship with this teacher, like,
And you have to wonder what kind of relationship did she think that they had that you would just assume that he was in trouble to call the police because he missed an appointment with you and didn't go to class the next day.
Okay.
Well, I understand his brother had, before he went there, had showed him around or introduced him. I don't know if his brother ever
Also, I
went.
feel like they really didn't investigate this case as well as they could have. I think a lot of the discrepancy about the organs is because there were two different people that did the autopsy,
Mm-hmm.
and the second autopsy was done by the requested by the family,
Right.
and so everybody wasn't like really trying to cooperate. The original autopsy person and wasn't really trying to cooperate with the person doing the second autopsy and make everything available to them. And they're questioning whether the body had even been stored correctly from when it was initially found. And they told her it was not her son, to when they determined that it was him.
Okay.
Well, I didn't hear that they determined that it wasn't because the body had been at the morgue after the girls reported finding it. Who are these two girls that wander off in that area, since they say it's not like it's a known area or it's through the woods? So I'm wondering who are those two girls, which, hey, they found him. Okay, yeah, but the condition he's in. And I mean, the news was dominated by Gabby's disappearance and stuff. She was missing 3 days. They found her real quick, but this professor reported him. And I mean, they all first thing I saw, well, it was suicide. It looks like his mother was not buying that. You just assume it's suicide because you don't want to do your work or whatever. No, this boy was on a swim team. This was not a suicide. I don't believe. I mean, because she said she FaceTimed him almost every day, that mother. So she knows her son and she knows her child. So he wasn't depressed. He had a meeting. He had his ledger in his hand. He went to Starbucks. She checked his bank where he went to Starbucks that morning. So evidently he didn't make the meeting because that professor shows up in his classroom. So it had to be some sort of connection before they were at this school, because she seems awfully anxious to get in touch with him, and I'm wondering why. Was it a setup? I'm wondering what was her connection with this young man.
Right. We got somebody on the call. Crystal.
Yes.
What's going on?
I had heard what I wrote in there. Um, Someone said that the professor and him, I don't know if it was a relationship, like a love relationship, but he was close to the professor. She used to help him out with a lot of stuff. So, and they were working together with a lot of stuff. I don't know what that has to do with this situation, but he also had a girlfriend. That I do know.
Okay.
So I don't know where we're at with the professor part.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But that's that. So I don't know. It's also suspicious, I'll tell you that, for him to be in the lake for a whole week.
Right.
And nobody to know nothing.
Right.
But the professor was supposed to be the last person that seen him. So that kind of is fishing too,
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
My heart goes out to the mother. It's just, what is going on in our world today?
Right.
Every week is something new.
Oh, it's every day. It's every day. Oh, yes, it's every day. And if it miss a day, it's 2 in the next day.
Yeah.
You'll never catch up. Trust and believe. You'll never catch up.
I guess not. Yeah, I think it's what is it? The principalities.
Mm-hmm.
We fight the war of principalities because it's just not normal things that are happening. It's out of the norm.
Well, you got to look at things. It's normal. This is the way I think of it. If you plant an apple seed, you're going to have an apple tree.
Right.
That's normal, right?
Right.
So things are happening because of the things that we have done and doing and did. They can only come up because of those things. It cannot exist if it was not so. It just couldn't. I cannot just sit here and think of a banana pie and bang, it's a banana pie. I definitely would have to go to the store, get a banana, peel it and do all of this stuff. I have to do something to get to that point of an existence.
Yes, that's true.
It just can't happen. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's laws and stuff. Now, I'm not saying when you're talking spiritual, there's something else. But these things that's happening right now, we're causing these things to happen some way or another. But I can tell you this, and we do got another person on the panel, but I can tell you this. I believe, and this is just me, I believe with our disobedient and we continuing to say it's okay, it's all right to do this, and we teaching our kids that, and then things keep going and people don't claim, they don't look at life as it's something important anymore.
You're right. Okay, well, since you have somebody else on the up there on the phone, I'm gonna get off and go back into the chat and listen. But right. I just wanted to share that.
All right, thank you.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye. Hey, LaKendra, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you ladies doing?
I'm doing
I came in kind of late.
Okay.
I came in kind of late because my baby had parent conference today. So I just pretty much got here about 5-10 minutes ago, if that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know what they were told far as the autopsy, the first autopsy. They didn't really go over his body. Like they didn't see this, they didn't see that. But the second person is seeing this stuff. I don't even know how they thought that they were gonna be able to correct it. But I believe that they thought, oh, well, nobody's not gonna know, news not covering it, it's gonna brush up under the rug, and everybody jumped on it.
Well,
and go ahead.
I wanted you to know, because I think I know where you're going with what you're saying, but the mother came out yesterday and made a statement, and she wanted people to not she said there was no organs, vital organs, or anything missing.
Yeah, taken out. Yeah, I seen that yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was kind of like, did they make her kind of like? I don't know, because you would have been came out with no, his organs was there, or did they run with it?
Right.
Either way, it's hurtful, and I don't believe if you got dental records and all that, you have to cut out his whole one side jawbone. Well, if you needed to do all that for what? To get an impression on this side, way back there, then you had to do the same on the opposite side. Why is just this one side, this jawbone, is sawed off?
Well,
we don't know that for certain. And she's done stated that's her son. Her other son went and
Yes.
glorified his remains. So let's restrict to her wishes. It wasn't so that his organs were not missing. They were liquefied all the time. He had been in the water. So we will keep with what we know and not what these other rumors are coming up as, because it only hurts that family. So as he has already
Yes.
said, it's not happy. So let's move on from that.
Hmm. But I do believe they have a nice lawsuit. It doesn't take that long. When you have a unidentified person, they said they had an unidentified man.
mhm.
That told you he was a male. So
Right.
with this personal attorney and all it, I mean autopsy person, the genitals was supposed to be ate at to where you couldn't tell. Like, come on.
Well,
A lot
they
of
didn't
it
speak
don't
on the
make sense.
genitals. Yeah, they didn't speak on the genitals so far that I see. Like, I'm kind of glad that we didn't get all into all the stuff, because what the mother is now saying is like none of that is true though. She's saying that like none of
Yeah.
that is true. And
But did you see the Kiera Cole's mom the other day? She's been gone 6 years. That was that male lady that was pregnant.
right, okay,
Remember they got her leaving her building, coming or whatever back, like she
mhm,
didn't go to work.
right.
Come to find out, okay, the other person that did come out was a neighbor that did work for the post office.
Mhm.
She just came on TV and finally said, that is not my daughter. Please still help me find my daughter. I did that. I said that was her because the police wanted her too. So we
Oh,
could keep
really?
this dragging along. You have to see it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Mm.
And they told her, look, we trying to, this gonna help move the case forward. And it didn't help at all. They still don't have no body, no babies delivered, just with another name or nothing. But she was told by the detectives, like, yeah, just say that ain't your daughter. So we still looking at everybody. That was not her daughter.
Okay, so what you're saying is, okay, I remember the case. I know exactly who you're talking about. The pregnant lady, the male pregnant lady. She worked for the post office
Yes.
somewhere. I think somewhere in Chicago or somewhere down there.
Yes. I believe it is
Okay,
Chicago.
and she got pregnant by an employee, a co uh employee, a fellow employee,
Okay.
and he was married, and they were fighting over this man, and his wife knew about her, and what I heard was he didn't want her to be pregnant,
Uh-huh.
and the dad sit on the corner for days at a time looking for his daughter, and we were reaching out,
Yeah.
we were talking to them a little bit, but it was just so much going on, and he would sit there every day. He wouldn't go nowhere. They would give him water. You know, people were saying nasty stuff like, oh, they would just want money. Oh, they just want sympathy. So he was like, no, they would see him every day and he's waiting, looking for his daughter. They walked and walked and walked. They actually, that's how they found some of those kids in one of those houses. A lot of those kids.
Yes.
Going to the door, they found a lot of kids looking for her. And so you're saying that they came across a young lady and then the mother said it was her daughter just to keep conflict and all this stuff down. And now
the what they had showed us on TV some months, like when I first seen the case or whatever, she was a little early in the pregnancy. It wasn't like, oh, due any day. So she still had, it seemed like a good 2.5 to 3 months. But the one that walked off and the mom was like, clearly, yes, that is my baby. Remember, it seemed like she seen something that made her cross the street back over.
Right.
But they have a camera saying the night before, he put up and parked her car there and left with it the next day and brought it back.
Right.
We not hearing none of that. And the mom just told. So it's been on the news, I know.
Okay.
It haven't even been longer than a week. This week, she said, I'm sorry, it's not my daughter.
Okay. Well, you know what though? And yes, we are staying on the Jelani case, you guys.
Yes.
You know, the reason why LaKendra is saying this and explaining this, she's comparing that, hey, maybe this is being said because the police telling her to say this. And now, you know, I mean, you know what I'm saying? And so she's saying this to tell you guys that's probably why the mother is saying what she's saying, because it just happened to this young lady down there in Chicago. That's
exactly what I was saying, comparing it like, but they did. They told her to go through the whole, I mean, as a parent, I don't think I could do it. I just can't. That ain't my baby, because you saying that's your baby. That's who they looking for.
You know, but
they're not even looking for your child.
But here's the thing. If that's not my child, think about it. And you want me to say that's my child for what? Why would I want to say that's my child and I know it's not, just so everybody can calm down? No, I need all the help. So that would be the mother's worst, the worst problem, the worst thing she can do for her child is to sit there and say, that's my child. So everybody can go sit down somewhere.
Yes.
So if she did that, then she gets what she gets. Why would we want to continue to look for your child when you said that was your child? We don't know what you're saying now.
Yeah. And they just had, it was her 39th birthday this weekend that passed. I think that's why it was on the news. And she was turning 39. So she's 39 now, but they don't know nothing more than, oh, that was a neighbor. So, well, where's the neighbor? Can we talk to the neighbor? I don't know what's going on, but that's mighty strange. Nothing can keep me from saying that is my child, and I know it ain't. But they said somehow it was going to help her. It's going to bring in people and all this stuff. I don't know if it was money going to go up higher for reward or just to break it down. Get out of here, Mom, with the music. Go. Sorry, SP. Yeah. And I couldn't believe that, because that had never gotten off my mind. Like, whatever happened to the woman that was pregnant?
Right.
But this Jelani day, it touched my heart. When I say it touched my heart, it did. Because if it is true, y'all know, do you want to come and recognize your son or ID your son or not? When I got there, I would have ID'd him, and you would have had a knot on your damn head. You don't talk to people like that. And everything is getting dropped different places. My main thing is look at the school.
Right.
Who he was in school with is somebody that could have been really in competition with him, you know. They need to look into the schools, and by him not having a girlfriend, you know, they fraternize or whatever. I know you doing some whatever. But with that weed dispensary, he put his mask down for a reason. I believe that. So y'all can see my whole face. Because my husband goes there faithfully. He on his way now. You don't remove your mask, period. Inside, not to take a full picture. I'm not sure in other states, but no.
Wow. Miss Val, you got something to say?
I'm just listening. I'm just listening, and right now I'm gonna go back in the chat because it's getting we on Jelani Day today. Yeah, I understand the other young lady still missing. It's a whole lot of them out there missing.
It
But
is a
this
whole lot.
here is the most well new. It's pretty new, but it's not. It's been going on now. She's been on CNN, and she's not gonna tell a lie or say anything that's gonna take away from justice for her son. So, you know, hey, let's be in her shoes. We can't say, oh, well, they got her to say this or that. You know, I mean, allegedly, we can think that, but this mother, no, she's not budging. And no, if it was,
No, not to
I'm just saying it's not
not
like she's
Mr.
gonna budge.
Dave's parents, the other parents.
Oh yeah, I understand the young lady's parent. I
Okay.
said, I don't believe she's gonna budge off what has happened with her son. If his organs was missing, she's the type of mother gonna tell you, yeah, his organs are missing, and she'll be damn mad about it. She has every right to. So
Mm-hmm.
it as it is, and I'm gonna get back in the chat, and so I can keep my composure.
All right. Thank you. Okay.
And I think also the professor, it's a link there somehow. Because to me it's inappropriate whether you're in college or not. Anything after, I would really say for my child, 7 from a school. But 9 o'clock at night, no professor shouldn't be calling you. And then she said, yeah, we were supposed to meet up, have a meet.
Right.
And he never showed. So when the mom asks you, well, what was y'all meeting about? You don't know?
Right.
Or I don't know.
Okay.
But there's no way he undressed the way who gonna take their clothes off and what, walk miles to where he gonna jump in naked?
Right. What, you know, they did say, what's a sundown town? What does a sundown town mean?
Oh, maybe the sun go down early. I don't know. Sundown.
Remember do you remember it was in a movie that certain people aren't supposed to be in that area after when the sun goes down.
Oh, so they call it a sundown town. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. I apologize, SB. I didn't mean to just break in like that, but
That's
you
okay.
asked the question.
Okay, yeah. I kind of figured that's what it was. I just wanted to make sure and get confirmation. I didn't want to sit there and people be like, oh, you always got to go with, you know, it's a this and it's a that. But I get what I didn't know they had a name for it now. But Welcome, Betty. Thank you for coming up.
Good evening, SP. It's sad.
How you been doing, Betty?
Hey, how you doing this evening, prosecutor?
I'm
I,
great.
I think that we all said it just now. The mother wants answers, and I'm going to respect what the mother said. Whether she viewed the body or sent somebody else, she knows that her son's body was intact. We getting information from what, as you would say, facts. The mother said he was a swimmer. Let's be politically correct here. Times have changed, but times haven't changed.
Right.
Now you can take that as you want, and so that no one gets offended. I have a blended family, so let me be very clear about that. I have a blended family, so I'm not speaking one way or the other. Time has changed, but time has not changed.
Right.
And apparently, someone did not like the relationship that they had.
You mean
The
Jelani?
professor, Jelani, and the professor. Okay. I put in the chat, so I'll just put it out there. How far did she live from where he was found?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I know you don't. I'm just throwing it out there. And why was she so adamant?
Okay, let me write that question down. You said, how far did she live?
That's what I'm saying. You contacted the police before I did. Oh no, it's something, Betty.
Yeah, it is. And here's the thing. We have to be open-minded to know that, yeah, that's what sundown means. It means people, if you don't belong in this area, you have to be gone before the sun goes down. It's just like, what's that movie, Purge?
Yeah.
Like you remember the movie Purge?
It's looking like Cal City.
Yeah, well, however you want to put it. But so she was the last one who conversated with him. Where was he when you talked to him? When he texted you or whatever conversation you all had, where did he say he was? How did he get somewhere? If he was at the dispensary that was in, I'm gonna use where I am, Georgetown, what he doing all the way in Southeast? Georgetown and Southeast are nowhere near each other.
Oh, so he's from Georgetown?
No. I was using as a thought process. No. I'm saying I wanted to use my area because I'm not familiar with that area. So if you are in DC and you're in Georgetown, that's on the affluent side of town. Okay, you following me?
Yeah.
And he went to the dispensary that's in Southeast. That's where it's a mixture of community. How did he get back? How did he get in Georgetown when he was in Southeast? The dispensary.
And I believe that too, Betty, because they also did look up. I think the dispensary name Beyond whatever, it was one closer to where he lives and stuff.
So he went where he
and
was
the one
probably,
he went to.
He was probably meeting her. That's or I don't, I don't want to go here, but
he was 10.
I think she got scared that maybe he got stopped and her name was gonna come up and something could have happened to the young man.
Oh, I got the fly.
All right, I knew you would. I think that we have to be honest. We always honest. This young man he wasn't from what they would consider the wrong side of the tracks. He was a upcoming young man.
Yeah. Yes, he was.
He had a great GPA. He was well groomed. He was all of that. Okay. He was in I think he was in a fraternity. I haven't finished reading all. So
he was.
So we have to look at, you were blowing up his phone from what I recall somebody saying. She was texting him late into the night. Why? So are you married? Did your husband suspect? for your boyfriend suspect that you were having a relationship with this person and became angry about it. And you cost this young man his life. And you figured you jump out there and report him missing because you thought that they might have just beat him up. That's what you thought.
Exactly. Wow. So
you just made me really think about what you just said, Betty. And oh my gosh, that fits kind of to a T. Husband, maybe, you know, we don't know what occupation he is, for one. He could be a police officer. He can have a little pull somewhere. We don't know him. But at the same time, that I'm gonna have to think on that tonight. That sounds so logical to me.
Doesn't matter what his
something had to be done.
It doesn't matter what his occupation was. Listen to what they made reference to. Sundown city. They emphasized he was in a sundown city area. Yeah. Like if I came to Kansas City or wherever you live, LaKendra, and you say, Betty, listen, when the sun go down, don't let them catch you over in wherever. That's the same thing. Like if you came here, I would tell you, look, you can go visit the what's his name, Frederick Douglass home during the daytime. Don't go over that area at night. It's the same language, but it was emphasized. You understand that he was in a sundown area. That's all I'm saying. And she must have knew something. She knew something had taken place because, like LaKendra said, she jumped out there before the mother and was calling the police. She went to the campus people first. So she knew something had taken place. Yeah, she knew something had taken place. You know, and they made sure that they stripped him. They took his phone, and I guess they won't reveal everything that the autopsy disclosed because they could have been in the car. And they made her leave and did whatever to him and put him in the water. Never know.
Yeah.
And she's not going to tell with so much. And unfortunately, this mom is left with the pain and the agony of losing her son, who wasn't, you know, every child is important to their parent, good, bad, or indifferent. And we get people get angry about it, but why not do the publicity that you've done for this one case, for all cases that have hit the press recently?
Do we know the professor's name?
No, I don't. But I'm going to look it up. I don't know her name, but I don't know. I just think something with her.
I would like to know her name. Okay. It says Carla, Cara, Boestr.
Oh, somebody gave you the name?
Yep, Cara Boester. Cara Boester. Okay. I'm pretty sure they made it public, but still, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know, when I just think, you know, usually on, let me see here. I'm not being rude or racist when I say this and that. It needs to be said. Cases such as Jelani Day, TeNika Jenkins, Kendrick Johnson, and many more African-American cases that has no closure. Right.
I agree. I agree.
See, we get I believe the mother is wanting people to not dip off into the nonsense and the foolery. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes away from
That's right.
her child. That's why I
That's
think
right.
she's saying, look, quit wanting to make this about some harvesting and, because if you turn around and say it ain't and it did, you know what I'm saying? When you do
Yes.
get ready to speak on it, we're looking for someone that could have took your child out because it was dark. But what we should have been looking and being protective of all of our children is if they're just taking kids out now because it's dark.
Right. Right. And this is the time of the year in most regions where it's gang initiation time, where because this is for some reason during the change of the seasons. I mean, shootings take place every day, but this is a high time that they do. Uh, is even heightened. I don't believe this is the case. I just believe this is his situation is just so. If you really could put your finger on it, you can put your finger on it.
Right.
That's how I feel. You could really put your finger on it and say this is what it is, and I'm not. I'm going to say allegedly this is what it is, but I would almost be 99% that this situation is because of his relationship, however it may be, with his professor that caused this.
Mm-hmm. Sound like the whistle, like Emmett Till.
I mean, usually we're gonna be pretty close to the first thing we think about when we hear the little things like somebody followed him from the dispensary, point blank, and it wasn't dark. So I don't believe it's got anything to do with the sun downtown. I mean, he could have ended up in the sun downtown, and that could be possible, but it could be. See what I'm saying? That he is in a
Yes.
town where they do that, but it could be possible too, since the last time he was seen was at the dispensary, so somebody had a reason to take him out.
Exactly. And
Because
they
why would
a
it
lot
see
of
him
times.
nowhere else?
Exactly. And you know what, SP, you just said something that, I mean, I agree with you, because guess what? They could just be using that. A lot of times people will say stuff just
Yeah,
for,
to get racists hyped up and everything. But
exactly.
I believe somebody followed him from the dispensary, and because you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And if even that's why I asked, where does she live? Because maybe they were supposed to meet up. Well, she said it that they were supposed to meet up. So where did she live? Where did she live from where he went to the dispensary? Okay, I'm gonna stay with that. And it could have gone awry from that. You know what I'm saying? Whoever she might have been, I don't know. It surely wasn't nobody he knew, because they wouldn't have taken him over that way. So I just wish that, um, like you said, stick with the facts. If the mother said this is what it is, that's what we're gonna say it is. But I'd like to know how he went to the dispensary. You don't see him on traffic cam. You don't see nothing. You don't see his car. You know what I'm saying? Like, they should be able to go back. Okay, he was at the dispensary. Maybe I'm just thinking that's what they do on TV, but I would think we should be able to do it now with all the traffic cams. They don't see his car at least.
Right.
And
But
I know it's
they
hard. I
should
know it's
know where his car went after he left the dispensary.
right, because then he has a new model car, so they have what, GPS systems in them now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, not GPS. I'm trying to say navigation system.
And they was trying to say, was it a passenger in the car, which you can't see anyone, because supposedly, well, allegedly, when he walked in a dispensary, about a minute later, his phone, it got turned off. So somebody turned his cell phone off. Why you in a dispensary?
I don't know. Where you get that from?
It was all in the same thing before the mom had said. His brother even said they let him go to his house, get his laptop and everything. Nothing was like a crime scene. And when you talking about, oh, just some loser that seen he had some money, probably drive a nice car, no. It's a little more than that. When I found out they took the license plate off of that car, it is something definitely wrong.
Okay.
And his mom said his phone, they told her, never pinged from nowhere else ever since then. And when it did, he was walking inside the dispensary when it turned off. Not sure if it was 8:21 or 9:21, but it was around that, and it was like 21. His phone went, like if you turn off your phone. I don't know what kind of phone he has. My son has an Apple, and I know they're able to do way more than I do with my Android, so it's no telling, but that was weird. Why would you turn your phone off?
Right. That is weird.
And you just left Chicago from visiting your dad. That's the saddest thing. It ain't like, oh, I was in a car accident. It was bad, but we still can use this and use this to help your dad. His dad needed his bone marrow, and he was gonna give it to him. Floating in that water like that, ain't none of that is gonna be able to help his father at all now.
Right. It's no good.
No. And that's so sad. Like, y'all, what they did, they picked the wrong one. They picked the wrong one, thinking we're going to ignore it. And then once, I'm not racist. I've never have been. I don't even understand how people can be like that. And we live all around. Our kids go to school together. But I would like to say, our kind of people, when we do commit suicide, it's a lot of things we don't do. Just okay, eventually this is gonna be news that come to your mother. Are you really gonna be naked? Where's the keys to his car? They still is missing. Where are the keys? Are they in the lake with him? I mean, in the river where he was? It could be. But I don't know. I just think once the Caucasian or white folks heard the word, oh, went to the weed dispensary, that made it already look like a thug. So a lot of them ignored it.
Well,
But it's a lot of people go to the dispensary and need that.
Well,
Yeah, and
Lakendra,
it's legal. It's legal. That's just like going
Yeah.
to the liquor store. If you went to the liquor store, we don't look down on somebody because they're at the liquor store. I mean, it's legal. It's different if you said if he was at the weed house. He wasn't at the weed house. He was at the dispensary. That is, if they can set up shop in a store, then you don't even look at that way no more. You know what I'm saying? Because the government getting this tax money now, so it's legal. However you see fit, it's legal. So nobody should look down on somebody if that's what it is. If it's something bad about going to the dispensary, then they need to just not have them in their town, because we don't have them here.
I don't think him going to the dispensary is really the issue. I'm sorry. I just believe that it has the professor is the key to this. However, the key is she is the key to it.
Oh, I do believe
dispensary.
that they said it for a reason, though. Yeah, put a
They were
little,
trying
put a
to,
little black eye out there.
yeah, that's about to try to smear him.
But if that was his last
Because,
place, you got to say it, right?
well, you do have to say the last place he was seen, and he was seen at the dispensary, which
Right.
we, like you said, is legal. But you really making it. He was at the dispensary and he was in med school. Okay,
Yeah. So
you all go to the dispensary. Everybody goes to the dispensary now. I don't. I mean, but you know what I'm saying? It's not. Shh, it's not taboo
not
anymore.
everybody,
But
because we don't have them.
oh, y'all
Yeah,
don't have them.
yeah, we don't have them. If we had them, we still there's certain jobs you still couldn't go because it's. I think it's what federal is required, but
That's
state is
right.
not.
Go ahead.
So you can still lose your job. So
Yeah,
even though that is
I
legal,
could
you still
if
can't
I
do it.
went to one.
Yeah,
I could lose my job if I went to
I
one.
can go to them, but I can't touch the product. But things are gonna. Then that's what I was trying to tell people earlier. Like people was like, "What's going on? What's happening?" Do you guys not know? It's the things that we're doing, and we're saying it's okay, and let's do it now. You know what? When I grew up, and I'm just saying, and people want to say, "Well, you're old," and like that's a bad thing. I love my age. You know what? I love my age. I never want to go back to 20s and 30s. I just don't. But I learned a lot.
Amen.
When I
You're
grew
right.
up, weed was the worst drug ever. And I mean, you thought, oh, you'll never come back off of that high, and you just thought bad of people that smoked it or whatever. I don't believe that weed is a bad drug. The things that's coming out now, they're getting higher and higher and higher. I mean, okay, when you smoke weed, you smoke this little bitty pen, and it wasn't even bigger than a cigarette. A little bitty. Now you smoke something. This is how big the blunt be. The blunt be this big. you know what I'm saying?
You don't know what you smoke.
And it's so much. It's like huge, and it's so much. Like back then, like a bag or something or whatever was like $10, and it would last you all week or whatever. Now that's like
Yeah,
one
it
hit.
did. That's it.
So people wondering what's going on now. You know what's going on now? Things then got bigger. It's then got out of control. And yeah, you used to have to sneak, just like back in the day when my mother was born. They used to travel and do all of that whiskey and making that whiskey and alcohol stuff in the woods and go across go across city towns and stuff to sell that stuff and all this. And now you don't have to do it because there's a liquor store on each corner in the African American neighborhood. Yes, it is. You can go look, just like there's a church. But nevertheless, but it did, and then people now can drink as much as they want. They can go in there, they can buy the cases, they can buy the whole store if they want and just bring it on. Can't nobody say nothing. So now they figure out weed is not as bad as they thought it was. You know what I'm saying?
Anything that the government think they can get money from,
Yeah.
they're gonna allow the people to do. It was illegal, what they call a hooch, that people were doing, distilleries in the woods, and
Right.
now they actually sell that stuff in the stores now.
Yeah. I remember you couldn't even buy liquor on Sunday.
That's right, but you can now.
You can now. You can buy liquor on Sunday, open. Then you can buy liquor on Sunday. You can buy liquor on Christmas. There's only but three things in another holiday you couldn't buy liquor on. You can buy it every day, all day. You can buy it even after hours too, because they want it all. They want all of it, all that money,
SP,
So
you said something, and I'm gonna agree with you and get back in the chat.
Okay.
We are making wrong right now.
Yeah.
And right wrong.
Yep.
And so we are suffering the consequences of
and we
our
teaching our kids
making.
it's okay too.
Exactly. I'm I remember coming up like yourself that, there were a lot of things we didn't want our parents to know we did, period. Weed and stuff ain't new. I think these kids think this stuff new. It's not new. It smelled like maldified, everything. It smells like stuff you wouldn't even want to smoke. So, but I believe that, getting back to thinking about this young man, I wish that we have to I'm gonna say it and I'm gonna hang up. I'm not hanging up to get off, but I'm gonna get in the chat. We still have to remember society has not changed, only time. And it could be that maybe another student, okay, you don't want to think that, it could have been another student disliked the fact that this teacher paid a lot of attention to him. We raise our kids at home. Our kids learn from at home. So if you constantly coming home talking about the man, and y'all know what I mean, then your child comes up to believe that anybody other than their own is against them. I believe that this young man, and maybe they didn't have an intimate relationship. Maybe they just were very close or whatever. Somebody didn't like it.
Yeah. And I don't know if she was married. Somebody said she was married. Maybe her husband didn't like it.
Okay, I'm going in the chat now. SP, it was really nice talking to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the chat. Nice talking to you, LaKendra.
We
You too, all the time. Bye, Miss Betty.
Bye, Miss Betty. We're gonna find some more information to see if that is true or not. But yeah, because I don't want to speak on something. That's what somebody told me. She was married and her husband did not like the relationship. But I mean, when you start accusing people, and I'm not accusing nobody, you guys. I'm just saying we're just looking at the facts and we're looking at the information right now, because I don't want somebody to say, oh, he was 30 years old. I want to know how old he is. I want to know what, and Zan came up here and she said he didn't start school until August. So what kind of good relationship?
Yeah, they wouldn't know each other at all like that.
Unless they knew each other beforehand. That she's calling him day and night and calling him 4 or 5 times a day. Why are you?
I was wondering, does any of her children attend that college or know him? The professor. Yeah. Do she have a son that attends there?
The professor is not that old to have a son that attend there.
Oh, okay.
We'll find that out. We got to find out how old she is. How old is she? But she wouldn't have no child that, I don't know. I'm just, let me not talk before, how old is the professor? That's a good question, LaKendra. How old is the professor? And do she got kids? So, yeah. I was wondering about...
Because the calling that she did in the morning, it seemed...
Huh? We can't hear you. And I want to know about those people that turned in that wallet too. Who are they that turned in the wallet? They said that they seen somebody drop the wallet. They didn't turn it in quickly. They waited. And I guess they spent whatever. But they seen a person drop the wallet. I don't know what happened to LaKendra, you guys. I don't know what happened. Anyway, we're 1 hour. We're 41 minutes into the hour. We're 41 minutes over the hour, you guys. Check your inbox, please, ma'am. I seen what you sent me. We will talk a little bit about Okay. The one thing that you sent me, we'll talk about that a little bit Friday. I'm glad that you sent it though. But let me see what this is. Oh wow. Jelani did not disappear into thin air. The family of Jelani, grad student's body was found on September the 4th, was identified on September the 23rd. So it was identified September the 23rd. I'm tripping. I'm acting like, okay. And identified in DNA tests. Jelani did not disappear into thin air. Somebody
Sorry
knows,
about that.
and I needed somebody to say something. Dave's mother, good. She was on Good Morning America on Wednesday, you guys. She says, I'm very upset because I can't even look at my son's body. His body has deteriorated to the point where I can't say a proper goodbye to him. She said the 25-year-old was living in Bloomingdale. So he was living in Bloomingdale, but that's very important to know so we don't have to ask those questions. I'm writing all the facts stuff down. In Illinois,
As far as mom and family know, he doesn't know anybody in Peru, that area.
Right. They say he was last seen at the university campus on the 24th. Okay, last seen at the campus. Last seen at the campus. This is what this is saying.
So, and it looked like, okay, you were going to meet the teacher, but he has a Starbucks, the mom was able to find a Starbucks receipt that's something from Starbucks that same morning. As you mean, did he order for two? Was it just one coffee or did he order her a coffee?
Okay, so that's a question we can ask too. Ask about the Starbucks receipt.
Because she know that's what made her say my son was there that morning. And I think that was 7:30-ish.
Right. Yeah. They're saying that, hold on. I seen some. So his car was found later in Peru. The car was found in Peru. These are facts.
Mm-hmm.
So we need those facts so we can figure out. He lives in Bloomingdale, but his car was found in Peru. Family attorney, he's got a Holly, told Good Morning America that Day has never been to Peru before and his family suspects foul play. The wallet was found in a different area, the lane yard. We don't know what the lane yard is. Lane yard. I don't know what the lane yard is. Wallet was found. Okay. Which it had a school ID on it, was found with the wallet. It was found in a different area, the area with some clothes that were found last week.
It says that the ID was in it.
Yep. They said his ID was in it and it was found in a different area. It was found in a different area. Okay. The wallet was found in a different area. The land yard, which it had a school ID on it. It was not found with the wallet, which it had a school ID on it, was not found with the wallet.
And what's weird about it is if I'm walking behind you, SP, down the street, and I see, oh, you drop a wallet.
Right. You know how somebody, if you walk down the street and you see a wallet or you see somebody drop a wallet, as you go through the wallet, you're just not going to just stand there. You probably walk in and go in, and it could be in a different area. So, but it says the ID, so somebody done went through his wallet. The ID on it was not found with the wallet. The ID, the school ID, was not found with the wallet, you guys. The ID was not found with wallet. It was supposed to, because it was in the wallet. That's what they're saying. The area with some clothes that were found last week. I guess that's where the ID was, where they found some clothes. The police in Peru are working to identify a man captured on security cameras knocking on the front door of a home that is close to the location where Day's body was found. The video was captured a day after Day was last seen, and police are urging the public to help identify the man. The home is in the area that is prominently white, and the owner of the property said that he did not know the male captured on the home security video, but after seeing images of Day on the news, sent the video to the police thinking it could be helped. So they got a video of a man. Said that the black male seen in the footage is not her son. So Bolden Day, who's Bolden Day? The mother's name is Carmen. So who's Bolden Day? Says Bolden Day said that the black male seen in the footage is not her son. I thought the mother's name was Carmen. But wonders whether the man in the video could be connected to her son's death, and said she wished the video had been shared with the public sooner. Day's cause of death has not been determined, and authorities have not yet named any suspects in Day's death. Bolden Day said it was frustrating to see cases like 22-year-old Gabby. So Carmen's middle name must be Bolden. Okay. She says Jelani was ambition, he was driven, and he was focused. He was energetic. He also was full of life. Jelani was a person that you couldn't help but love, Bolden Day said. But they're not saying, because her name is Carmen, they're not saying, okay, Carmen Bolden Day. Her middle name is Bolden. So that's still talking about Carmen, okay? I see it right there. This was in September, though. There's some updates on a case that we followed, you guys, and it was a huge case. We're going to talk about it later, Friday. I'm going to get off of here because it's almost 2 hours. That's his mother. Yes. No, she has a LinkedIn account that is not her name. I know his brother did an interview as well. His brother. No, mom's name is Carmen Bolden. Her middle name is Bolden. I think a detective. No, you guys. It's mom's middle name. I'll let you guys see it if you want to see. It's mom's middle name. Let me get it back up there so you guys can see it. Oh, there's another. They got another thing on here. So read it. Read it. Jelani did not disappear into thin air. Carmen Bolden Day told GML. So that's her middle name. But I've got one more receipt coming in real quick. Let me see what it says. And then we're going to get off of here. Make sure you guys share the video. Share. Matter of fact, let me go out and share real quick. Share. Okay. Share the video. You guys never know. Okay. Bloomingdale missing. Oh God. They just want to do what they want to do. Hold on, you guys. See. He was missing reported, the 25-year-old missing reported on August 25th. They say he was missing. Last seen the 24th. The 25-year-old was reported missing. He didn't show up for class for several days. Officials said a male body was found on September the 4th. They using DNA testing and comparisons. The cause of death is currently unknown, pending further investigation. His family is asking for the public's help to find out what happened to him. Okay, so we got some names that we can do. Okay. What's obvious is none of us are holding up well at all. I didn't sleep well last night. My auntie didn't sleep well last night. His siblings didn't. My grandmother did. None of us did. So it's really hard time. His mother or sisters in Jelani was more like a brother to her. He's just always alive for the party. There's never a dull moment with Jelani. He was always outgoing and always making everything fun. He had a really great spirit. This is one of his family members speaking. None of this makes sense. We're all trying to piece it together, which is why we need the help with the FBI. Jelani would never just disappear on his own. He loved his dad to the core. He was a bone marrow match for his dad. His dad has cancer, and Jelani would always come here and visit him, sit with him, pray with him, talk with him. Jelani was just an awesome man. He was excited about being able to help his dad. According to officials, his family last spoke to him on August the 23rd and was last seen on campus on the 24th. Officials said his car was found in Peru the 3rd on August the 26th. Based on findings, when they found his car, searches were conducted in Peru, but Day was not found. On September the 4th, another search recovered male remains floating near the south bank of the Illinois River, approximately a quarter mile east of the Illinois. Okay. The Danville native had been in Chicago to visit family just a couple of days before he went missing.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Danville? So who's Danville? Why is they talking about Danville visit native? Danville native had been in Chicago to visit family just a couple of days before he went missing. Day was a master's student at ISU studying speech pathology and hoped to become a doctor. His family is brokenhearted and demands answers about what exactly happened and how the investigation was conducted, especially after seeing the resources put into the disappearance of another person. The mother spoke to the I-Team Wednesday, desperate for answers. He's educated, he's a productive citizen, and I can't get nobody to look for my son to provide us with those same resources, which that same help. And that's all I'm asking for, Carmen Bowden said. Investigators said they were able to identify Dave's remains through forensics, dental identification, and DNA. And Dave's cousin, which we got her name, said he came to visit family and friends in Chicago just 2 days before he went missing. Said he came to visit family and friends in Chicago just 2 days before he went missing. She said nothing about his disappearance and discovery made sense. He actually has cancer, and Jelani is the bone marrow match for his dad, and he would never abandon his dad like that. He said Wednesday when speaking with ABC News, he would come here in Chicago and visit him at Northwestern Hospital, sit with him, encourage him, pray with him. The family is devastated, but said now is the time they need answers. They want the public help to find out what happened to Jelani and are asking anyone with information to please contact the police. So now they're just saying the same thing over and over and over, but we got all the information. Is there something you want to share with us, LaKendra, before we get off of here?
No, my battery kept dying. That's why I'll wait and we'll brainstorm and think about some stuff for Friday.
Yes.
But I really think that this is one case that has gotten me stuck to it like those Cal City boys, and it ain't about the race. It's about the communication. We have no communication from nothing with the West Side.
Right.
Y'all children been missing. If you loved them, you would have been said send them home. And in this case, you have a loving mother that's being told, like, oh, well, we don't have this chemical right now. We got to order it. Where's that? I'm driving to get it. You know,
right.
It's so sad. It's just so sad. And it seemed like every day I wake up, the news is getting worse and worse and worse.
Right.
But that was all, so I'll drop back down.
All right.
Y'all all have a great day and stay safe. We love y'all.
We love you.
Bye-bye. I'll be in the chat. Bye.
All right. Okay, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. We want to always make sure before we start deep diving into these cases, we get the full information of what all is relevant, what is facts, and what is just maybe rumor, because what I was hearing was a lot of stuff that made me go, what are you guys talking about? You know what I'm saying? It did interest me, but now that we know those are not, or the mother saying those are not facts, you guys, we got to honor her wishes. But anyway, we got some names now, and we can start looking and seeing what's going on. We try to do it all together so that we can all be on the same page, okay? So I will see you guys Friday. I will definitely be prepared, okay? I'm just letting you guys know I will be prepared. But there was things that had to be done today. Thank you guys for coming in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. If you did not, share. We got to work on the algorithm, and I will make those phone calls and try to get our super chat up and running, you guys. Be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. Bye.